Hey guys, and welcome to yet another video here on the Tone Peter YouTube channel. My name is Emmanuel and today I'm accompanied by
Florian.
Florian, right? It's actually a very German name, Florian.
Yeah, if you pronounce it like that.
But yeah, Florian for the camera. So Florian, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm stoked to be here, and it's a lot of fun to play over all this fun gear you guys have here.
Yeah, so Florian is here for the first time, I think, right?
Yeah.
And it must feel like a playground if you enter this place for the first time. So Florian was here to bring us an amp, actually this one, which is JMP, what is it, like which year?
It's a 1969 50 watt bass.
1969 50 watt bass, yeah. I pretend that I know about JPMs, which I don't do, but it's super nice sounding. And it's actually the first time I played a real vintage Marshall, besides the JCM800 that I usually use, and man, it's a hell of an amp. And on the other side we have this Fender, is it Reverb Deluxe?
It's a deluxe reverb, yeah. I think it's also from 1969, but
I'm also from 1969.
Oh really?
No, from 96 actually. But, okay, doesn't matter. So we have those beautiful vintage amps here, and then we have not a vintage pedal, but a pedal that is meant to sound vintage. So these are the John ODI pedals, which are actually a kind of reissue of the classic Boss OD-1. And you know, we are Tonepedia, so we have an OD-1 here. So we will be able to compare all of those pedals. But first of all, let me quickly introduce you to these pedals, because they are, as I said, you know, meant to sound like the OD-1. But on top, you have also some more possibilities to work with them. So as you can see, for example, if we're switching to this camera, then we don't have like two knobs as on the classic OD-1, but we also have, besides level and drive, we also have highs and lows. So there's actually more room here to shape the tone, which we'll demonstrate in a second. Also, I would say that this pedal has a little more gain than the classic OD-1. So if you also like want to boost your metal amp or whatever, should be able to do it with these pedals. Also, we have made this rock jam where we didn't have any distortion channel or whatever. We just had these clean amps and then plugged this pedal in on a like medium volume, and it sounded rock and rollish, you know.
Definitely. You're used to having a distortion channel and then plugging in all the distortion.
Exactly. I'm actually this guy like tube screamer and then full on and then into, you know, the.
All right. I see.
That's what I'm used to.
Now I know where all that came from. Yeah. Nice.
So that's the pedal in theory. I think let's show the people how it sounds. So let me turn everything to 12 o'clock and then you can actually start to play a couple of bars. No, that was mine. This is yours. There's just in the room this very special warm tubish sound which you can just get out of a pedal like this in front of a vintage amp. So in front of the Marshall it would sound like this. So this is the Marshall clean. With a slightly hotter guitar with a Strandberg Bowden with the OEM pickups. If we now play around with that a little, then we can show people how you can actually shape the tone with these pedals. So would you mind to just play a couple of bars?
Sure.
Cleans up super nice, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
actually it does totally. Yeah, I actually didn't touch the volume.
Didn't?
I didn't really touch the volume knob, and it's not so compressed. It leaves it kind of. It's still open sounding. I really.
And this is now like gain is a third maybe. And if you're like hitting the strings hard, then it will sound hard. But if you don't, then it cleans up like.
Yeah.
I love how it works with the amp, man.
Yeah, I love it too.
That's all right. So talk about hitting it hard. Like let me this to 100. No, like drive and level. Let me put that all the way up, and then I really like this setting. And there's another thing. Like it actually gives you like great range to work with the EQ. Like there was literally no setting where I thought, oh, this doesn't sound good. Even when I cut all the bass, and it still sounded like, you know, like a funk rhythm tone, a pretty tight one.
Yeah, definitely. You were a little surprised when it kicked in,
Whoa,
right?
this is an overdrive. It's not a distortion pedal,
right,
and it has the classic mode. I mean,
Yeah.
It's forbidden to play. Shit, that's a good thing. I didn't expect to. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. That was your first impression for sure. That's awesome.
I was confused. Like I cannot like do all this. And even though it's not on everything on 12,
right?
What the?
That's versatile, man. That's
I gotta take this with me when I'm going home later. Like, wow. I want to say words I'm actually not allowed to say on the internet right now. But okay, this even has the classic mod. And you know, there are actually a couple of different mods that you can order at the website of Petit John directly. So one of them is the transparent mod, and one of them is the NOS clipping mod. And both of these actually come with the classic mod. So they have these. Is it JRC 4558 chips? Like two of them.
probably.
Yeah. You know, you can definitely feel all this warmth that you would expect from this classic mod, and you know, also given that these try to emulate like one of the most iconic vintage overdrive pedals ever, but man, it still works with metal and all of that. So, damn. I'm curious how it will perform against this pedal.
This one. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna grab a cable and then
plug this baby in.
Exactly. All right, here we are back, and as you can see, we plugged the OD-1 in. So let's start by, again, everything at 12 o'clock. You can just play the same riff over and over, and I will switch between the pedals, and let's see if we hear a difference. But for that, we have the controls here, the EQ controls. So I think that the aim was not to make it, if everything is turned to 12 o'clock, to make it sound exactly like that one, but to give it a little more room and freedom. So I think if we had some bass, like play a little. Getting kind of close, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So let me turn on the overdrive a little here, like on max. Let's see how it sounds. Tweaking and a little of EQ adjustment, you can sound very close to this one. But as I said before, I think this has a little more resources when it comes to gain and distortion and all of that. Well, this pedal, like, you know, this is one of the most iconic overdrive pedals ever, probably. But what it can't do is you can't pretty much, like, you can't really shape the tone, right?
No.
It sounds like very, very bass focused all the time, which is a nice sound, but let's imagine you want to have something else, you want to have something that's a little tighter. then these controls come in pretty handy, I would say.
Definitely. If you want to have exactly only that tone, then the original one is fine, but you're definitely more versatile with the other one.
And I don't want to know, like, I don't know currently how much that costs, and I also don't want to know how much the original is. So yeah, guys, if you're looking for something in the direction of an OD-1, and especially like of a vintage OD-1, with a little more room for, you know, sound shaping and a little more power, if you want to do all the evil riffs, then the Petit John ODI is definitely something to check out. And there's a place where you can check it out, which is down in the description box, which is www.tompia.com. So you can test drive this pedal and many other pedals interactively there, choose between different amps and different guitars, different playing styles. So it's great fun. That's what our company is all about, right? So go there, spend some time there, and hopefully you will find the pedal that you're looking for. All right, that's it, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Anything to add?
Not from my side.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time.
Take care.